www.facebook.com/DZRJ810am or on YouTube, channel RJAM News. You can now listen to RJFM and DZRJ 810am from wherever you are. Just type in RJ 100.3 FM on TuneIn Radio, Streema, Radio Garden, and just type in RJFM for online box radio. For DZRJ 810 AM, just type in DZRJ 810 AM on TuneIn Radio, Streema, and Radio Garden. Happy listening! To all Teleradio Bandido viewers and listeners, you can now watch Teleradio Bandido on our new YouTube channel, RJAM News. Hit the subscribe button and like the video. Don't forget to click the bell icon so you get notified when a new video gets uploaded. Don't miss out on our dynamite lineup.
All right! Happy New Year, everyone! So, applause muna tayo, di ba? Because it's literally day 1 for 2022. Before we begin, of course, Happy New Year to everyone I know and love, di ba? Happy New Year to everyone who loves, so that's you guys. Happy New Year to everyone who, Happy New Year to everyone who deserves to have a life of peace, freedom, and prosperity. So thank you to our technician, Nel. Mas malinaw daw ako. I'm coming from the phone right now because for some reason, my internet signal from my laptop is very, very slow. It's not recognizing the internet connection. So thank you for that. So again, circling back, Happy New Year to everyone who deserves to have a life of peace, freedom, and prosperity. And Happy New Year, of course, our own RJ family and everyone. John. Okay, so that's our technician. Happy New Year to our RJ family and everyone who tunes in to DZRJ 810 AM and of course RJ 100 and also to this show. So maraming salamat. 2022 na po, diba? So first day of the year. So let's all leave all our baggages and our old selves behind and start fresh, okay? Lalo na kung hindi pa kayo na COVID, laban pa more. Okay, so start fresh and start hungry for your life goals and your dreams. So anyway, I'd like to welcome you all to the 2022 version of Good, Great, Unstoppable, the Francine de las Alas show. This is we air live from every Saturdays from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. lang naman po, isang oras. And of course, it's coming, we are live streaming from DZRJ 8:10 a.m. And you can also catch us at various TV Plus boxes channel, depending on your location. And also, of course, we have our YouTube channel. Please subscribe. That's RJ News PH. And also, you can CLC, click, like, and comment nicely, okay? Tama na, leave all the nasty comments outside kasi marami namang platforms for that. So anyway, how are you this holiday season or the last 4 weeks of 2021, my gulay? Were you all happy, busy bees or kumbaga jolly bees? Just kidding. So anyway, forgive the corniness. Hindi ko po siya kayang iwan. Maybe I should. Diba? I should be funnier this 2022. So anyway, I hope that you guys had a better than expected Christmas and year-end. Diba? Ours, of course, mukha lang kaming okay, diba? But we were met with not so good news, but and as I have wanted and expected. But it's too early to panic. So cross fingers muna that God is on our side and will send us all the breakthroughs that we would want for the coming 2022 para kahit to balance off or to diminish or diffuse or vanish in our midst the not so good news that we received before the year end. And okay, so acknowledging only a prosperously thriving, flourishing year for me and my family. Okay, so lamna this, guys. So anyway, the last 2 weeks of starting December 18, if you must ask me, it was a very pretty tight and tough schedule for me and my hubby. Uh, because of one, 24th and the 31st got canceled as holidays. I'm not sure if that is really a good move, diba? But for economic reasons, I think it is. But for family reasons, it's not. So that really contributed to the max out pagod. I really had no social life. We did not take any food orders deliberately. We really wanted to keep our kitchen closed because my husband, it's a stressful year for my husband work wise, and I really wanted to give him a break for this Christmas because we have been doing food orders for during Christmas for the last 3 or 4 years, I think since 2018. But anyway, we only took a few orders from four of our old friends whom we could not say no to because of love. But then, because of the day, because of the no 24th and 31st holidays, we had to break it down into two shifts. I was the day shift, and my husband was the night shift. It was one man show during the night and one woman show during the day. So anyway, though those two canceled holidays would have eased up everything had it not had the president had the president just given that to the families, diba, this season. But anyway, it does not help to cry over spilled milk. We actually congratulated ourselves. So natapos naman siya ng maayos. We were so busy, but that there was no time to do any socials at all, not even in social media. A friend of mine called me today, so Father Bricks, so I'm calling you starting this 2022 because I was not able to reply to her during Christmas. I haven't replied. I'm going to be replying to all my friends starting this week. So, but for all of you guys who remembered, maraming salamat. It's just talagang it was really tiring, and I just had to out everything in my schedule, and only whatever time I had left, guys, is only for recovering my pagod, diba? And that means Netflix na po ang aking me time. So although I did not plan to reply, although I plan to reply this coming week, diba? So that's probably the remnant of 2021. But we are now ready to leave it and start fresh. So you know what, guys? No matter, diba, how tiring it was for us, I would do it over and over and over again because the fact is, it means I am still blessed with God's breath and life in me. So kung kayo guys napapagod din at pagod na, imagine niyo na lang, what if your life was taken, 'di ba? And all these and you don't you're no and you won't be with your loved ones at may iwan mo sila, 'di ba? You would also do the things over and over again just so you want to be with them. And I feel that way with the pagod that we had during the whole Christmas season. So that life force, diba, in all of us is something to behold and be grateful for. So even if pagod-pagod po, okay lang po. So kayo, let's all celebrate our pagod because that means we are alive and well. Okay? So anyway, before we proceed, shout out muna. Special shout out. I have two shout outs today, but this one goes out to all my friends who requested, all four of you who requested that we cook for them this Christmas, diba? Though they did not bring home the bacon for us, well, we usually have open our kitchens during Christmas so that we can earn extra money. This time it was not for that. So even if it did not bring home the bacon and the turkey, and although even if it was not meant for business or for profit, I'm really grateful for the follow, diba, for being a fan of our kitchen and the trust that you have given us. So thank you to all four of you, and more power to all your businesses and your family. And to my Hansamida, this is also another special shout out, diba? Hubby Love George, thank you for the support, diba? May you be blessed prosperously as you want because you are so truly deserving. So hashtag financial freedom 2022 and hashtag time freedom 2022 levels na sana this year. Diba? Ang sarap kaya nun. You don't have to worry. You don't have to get up every morning just so you have to pay the bills. Diba? Ang sarap ng feeling mo that you just have the money and you can do whatever you want. And that is what I would want for my family and what I would also want for everyone else. Okay? So anyway, speaking of time freedom, grabe naman ka sa SP. Diba? Um, I, I am so horrified by how the supply chains jack up the prices during seasons like this. And I'm reminded tuloy of those who took advantage, who were so abusive of the prices of goods like mask and face shield at the during the whole pandemic, 'di ba? Yung 1 peso 50 cents na face mask naging 100. 'Di ba? So anyway, but what used to be but now it's a season, 'di ba? And I'm really really disappointed, 'di ba? How we can take advantage of the pagod of those of the customers. Imagine, we had an order of salmon fillet, and a kilo of salmon fillet would usually just cost somewhere between 450 from my supplier, diba? But this time, gulay, it was $700, almost twice the amount. And you know what? I don't even haggle because I like to honor. I like to honor my suppliers. Diba? I know it's tiring to make money, so I don't even haggle. But sometimes I feel like I'm being taken advantage of. So on top of another one pa, imagine the lumot, which the squid, the cuttlefish, which we also use for our paella, was from 450, diba? It was 800 pesos. Can you imagine? So anyway, I like to give value. That's why I said I don't haggle. It's just that diba, for me, whoever is ungodly and greedy in this supply chain, diba, talaga, ito lang yung message ko. Sure, you may thrive here, but in the afterlife, I'm sure, profound, lasting regrets awaits you guys, diba? And you will wish you never were greedy or you never took advantage of any human being, diba? I'm a business owner as well, and you know what, personally, I don't like being abusive with the pricing. I am fair. I put value in the effort that we put in. Hindi po ako, I don't like putting 50 pesos profit, diba? Dahil alam ko yung pagod, pero fair. Okay, I recognize the value. Then I also place the discount, diba? Well, if you ask me for every TF per area, I would prefer that ang value na babayad sa amin na profit namin is 1.5, but that's not the case. But that's not the case. Even if let's say 1.5, because of all the pagod, diba, of coordinating and going here and from looking for clients, I still that is just my max price, but I bring it down pa, diba? Because for me, I also honor my customers' effort, diba, to earn that money, to earn their keep. So I want them to enjoy that. So when I meet abusive suppliers and sellers, diba? Grabe, hindi ko talaga maintindihan. But then again, yun na nga. Iniisip ko na lang that thrive now, but in the afterlife, I'm sure dun sila magbabayad, diba? So anyway, the only saving grace, diba? So yun lang ang saving grace ko. So whenever I feel disappointed with these abusive suppliers, ang saving grace ko na lang is H is wide open for them. So yun na lang iniisip ko, 'di ba? Dito hindi man sila magbabayad, but in the afterlife they will. Okay? So anyway, I truly hope talaga that kind souls prevail, 'di ba? Wag namang abusado. I don't really understand that. And I'm sure you guys also feel the same way, 'di ba? So anyway, so yun nga, yeah, that's just my I guess my rant about the abusive the abusive sellers, diba? So anyway, let's just leave it there. It's done, and I'm sure in this December it will be the same again. They will be abusive, so I have a choice of not just buying anymore or just changing di ba? Changing suppliers or just changing whatever I will sell in my kitchen. I don't think it's worth it anymore. It's worth it anymore for my customers, 'di ba, as well. Unless they said they are willing to pay the price. Buti na lang, all these four friends of mine, I told them, all these I have to increase the price because because of of these abusive prices of the supplier. Buti na lang they said that's okay. That's okay. Yung price increase. Reasonable pa rin, lugi pa nga. Okay? Buti na lang they're like that. So for those friends of mine, 'di ba, who understood the predicament, 'di ba, and still wanted to celebrate, enjoy, talagang super more power to you guys. More power to your business and to your family. Anyway, so moving on, still in 2021, so let's go through our 2021 in review. So there are a couple of things that caught our attention, 'di ba? Marami sila. But for me, these are the most, I think, significant and significant. Of course, the vaccinations and was rolled out this 2021, right? Pretty much, and we were met with, of course, anti-vaxxers and conspiracy theorists. So that became the problem for full vaccination, and that is pretty much why we have COVID threats still in our midst. So I hope those anti-vaxxers will finally consider, since we are all alive anyway. I got vaxxed, diba? In fact, I'm also getting my booster. Sinovac can now get their boosters 3 months from their second dose there. So I think I was told by my family friend also that Veterans Memorial is a very efficient, right? Efficient is a very efficient vac center. So you guys, if you live around that area, please pila na po. So anyway, so that was vaccination wise, it was both met with contentions and also success in some areas. But we have to keep encouraging everyone. Otherwise, COVID will no longer. COVID will be in our midst again. Can you imagine, guys? Just I think first 2 weeks of December or just before the 18th, we have already reached 80 cases and just about 10 deaths per day, diba? Considering that we came from 200, average of 200 a day death. So 10, that's a really, really good number. Though, of course, we wanted all zero cases each day and zero death. That's the most optimum and the best, of course, diba? But now, because everyone again relaxed, we are back to 100 plus death and almost 3,000 cases na naman. So and first, if you don't get vaxxed, guys, this is going to be already our new normal, and this is what we don't want this. Okay, even if you think that there is no COVID-19, right? You just go and consider the deaths that uh, that are deaths that are brought upon by COVID-19. Dun na lang. Okay. So anyway, then of course, I was one of the things that also caught our attention. We almost hit zero COVID forever in the Philippines, diba? But we had very low cases during I think the second week of December and low death rates. So we really wanted that, but now it's back. But then again, what I just want to emphasize here is that we can actually do it, right? We can actually bring down the number to zero and then kick COVID out for good, right? But then we have to work together in harmony. We need to unite against it because COVID-19, it happens because of our behavior. And if we are all pasaway, then it's gonna be here forever. And that threat is every day going to be in your life, and you never know when you yourself is going to be the agent of death, diba? So just like this person grabe, diba, who arrived from the US and partied right away the next day, ang kapal nun, diba? I think like when those are I think they should be the case, they should be in jail for at least 5 years, because that's almost like what, homicide. Diba? If you don't care about anyone today, so you are literally an agent of death. Even if you have a mild, if you are a mild case, you never know how it will be for someone else, diba? So that person, that girl who arrived from the US, diba, should be in jail for 5 years at the very least. Dito sa Pilipinas, hindi sa US. Okay? So my God, party, grabe, diba? Anyway, and of course, one of the things that the pandemic brought in, not sure if this is probably good for those who don't have any businesses and who are employed, but the online business really um, is thriving, right? And it's just so sad because I think we are going back to level 3, so that means some um, some establishments are again going to be closed, diba? So guys, maawa na tayo. Let's participate in getting back, so that COVID won't be here anymore. Diba? And even if there's COVID and if all of us are vaccinated, at least it will all be mild cases na lang, right? So we don't have to contend with deaths anymore. But then yun nga, so 2021 also brought also firmly, diba, set the online business on set its foot on the ground, especially here in the Philippines. So in the Philippines, and that's what's great about the Pinoys, diba? We're very entrepreneurial and very enterprising. Of course, marami ding scammers, diba? So again, the gates of hell are wide open. So those yung mga na-scam, bless you prosperously. Okay? So anyway, speaking of scam, of course, there's BDO, diba? Amazing. Even before this came to light, this has already been happening. My first, the news that I got one of this was about 2 or 3 years ago, because a friend of mine was a victim of this. They were in the US, and they even told the branch that they will be out, so they will not be using that account at all, because they had to attend a convention. And when they got back here, about almost 500,000 got siphoned off, and they didn't even it was not even them. And there were already, and even then there were already a lot of victims. So I hope that BDO, even if it's in their terms, right, policies and terms or something, that they will be conscientious, diba? They will be conscientious and really return that. I know, I'm not sure if the sources, I think twice already, that they've already found 4 or 6 persons of interest, diba? So they will be filing a case soon sa mga scammers na to. Really terrible, really, really, really terrible. Grabe, the values that we have now have literally been watered down. So anyway, this one is really one of the 2021 heist. Or what caught our attention, diba? Not only caught our attention, but caught our hard-earned monies. Anyways, and of course, there's the I'm not sure if this is on a lighter note, but there's of course bashers of this. But we have a new 1,000 peso bill coming out, and I'm not sure, it's no longer using paper money, and they changed the design. And one of the comments that I saw, that if we take out all these heroes, how will the people recognize? Well, I got news for you guys. It's not the picture in the bills that bring in patriotism. It's not, because patriotism is a heart thing. So if we don't know how to build that in our educational system, diba, the affective side, which is a very tough thing for lesson planners, then it just won't be built, diba? So so that's just my 2 cents worth. Of course, and we had typhoons, and I don't remember Maring, but Odette was very devastating. So let's all pray that those who got affected by the typhoon Odette especially will recover fast right away, diba? Be enterprising, be entrepreneurial. So yun lang pong may iwan ko, diba? Then another thing that also caught our attention is the gas price. I'm not glad that it's 51. I wish that it were still, back in my day, 7 pesos to a liter. O, diba? But anyway, a few years back, it was, when I got married, it was 14 pesos, right? So 51 is really 28 years later. It's still high, So I'm not sure if that is reasonably fair, but one of the things that really was troubling was when it hit 71 pesos to a liter a few months back. Not good. So what else? And of course, the Tokyo Olympics, diba? So that's one. Those are the good things that happened in 2021. Not so good because Japan, of course, what they call it, poured in funds, right, to fund the Tokyo Olympics, but then the pandemic happened, and they couldn't sell tickets. They can't even recover part of the cost. But nevertheless, they were able to push through with it. And what's great about it is that it shows that if you were able to push through with it with a lot of adjustment, it just goes to show also the the defining spirit, diba, of mankind. So of course, we bagged the first gold, right, in with Heidelin Diaz, and a lot of other medals from bronze all the way to gold. And I'm really proud because many of those are users of our products, diba? Our elite professional athletes, yan, diba? Nagpa-sponsor ang Philippine government kaya sa company namin. Products lang, they're not paid advertisers. We don't do that kind of thing. So the product speaks for itself, and it spoke in the Tokyo Olympics. So anyway, and of course, another one that in the 2021 that started is the election uh, campaigns, right? So, oh my gulay. And of course, that caught our attention because there's so many fake news, so many dirty players, diba? So many, you see a lot of divide and anger, really bad. And but the in this campaign, of course, the one that stood out right now in terms of color campaign is pink. So I don't know who's gonna win this 2022 election, but that's such a the hot pink is such a, what do you call that? It's got total recall, right? So anyway, and of course abroad, offshore, you had the U.S. Capitol riots and Trump. So glad he's not in office anymore, diba? And the sad thing, of course, is when the Taliban seized and took over the government in Afghanistan. So let's pray that, for me personally, diba, that's just peace and order and zero violence, respect for all living beings and for all the heritage and culture and differences. So sana yun lang. That's what I really hope for them. We can't win peace, right, or attain civility, or civility, or community when we use violence. So let's just hope that this time zero violence at all, and a change, right, a change in belief and stance. Okay. So anyway, so those are the things that were the 2021 sort of in a nutshell. There were others, but I think this is for me, these are the ones that stood out the most. So anyway, now because we're speaking of 2021 and we had the 2021 in review, let us now go to the 2022 forecast. Diba? If there's one thing, guys, that I noticed, if there's one business that truly, died this pandemic, it is the business of fortune telling. Yung mga manghula, di ba? Yung mga tarot card readers, mga feng shui, psychic readings, di ba? So, it's not there. So, kind of interesting on that note. Why, right? I'm sure it's not because these feng shui experts or psychic readers would want to stop their craft. It's not that. It's just that maybe a lot of people just stop totally believing in that thing, in that tech. Let's just call it technology. Okay. So anyway, what happened, folks? What gives, right? But if you ask me, diba? I had a feng shui guest here. I think 4 years, or Johnson, right? And you know what, guys? feng shui is it's not about fortune telling, telling what's going or telling your fortune, right? It's about being practical. You will be told of the things that could happen to you if and when. Right? If and when you take actions, if and when you leave your comfort zones, if and when you succeed at your resolutions. It's a very universal thing, right? So if you don't believe the feng shui, it's not because of what they're saying. Okay? It's because you have to look inside you. How come it's not happening for you, it's not happening for you? Okay, that in anything that you want, change is very important. So we all first have to change before those feng shui outcomes happen for us. Simple as that. Okay, but let me give you instead my own forecast. Very simple, just one line. Okay, so here goes. Everything depends on you. So see, I'm saying the same thing as what the functional experts are saying. So that's it. That's my forecast. So you will be healthy if you start taking care of your health, of course. You will have more money if you start working on your wealth or financial wellness, right? You will be zero debts if you start paying them. Okay. You will have a better relationship if you start working also on yourself and on the relationship. Diba? Makes sense. Nobody's gonna do it for you but you yourself. You want to win the lottery, right? Here. You will win the lottery if you buy lottery tickets. Diba? But who says it's gonna be the jackpot? One thing that I know about Lotto, you will win, whether it's 10 pesos, 30 pesos, or the jackpot. Fact of the matter is, you have to buy Lotto if you want a lottery ticket, if you want to win. So, see, you have to take action, even if it's just Lotto. The guy who won the 300 plus million must have gone to that Lotto almost every day of the week. That was probably his lifelong job, right? You can even treat it professionally. Whenever I buy Lotto, I make sure that I go there every day, and the effort to go there, sacrificing, my time, my energy, my effort, and even my hiya to buy Lotto, but I call it my office, o, diba? So that's how you professionalize it. You go there every day consistently, same time, I don't know, but go there every day, not failing, and then you professionalize it by calling it your office there. Diba? So that guy must have done that same thing. He did not ask to win the Lotto and not buy the lottery ticket. He bought the lottery ticket. He invested his time, effort, energy, and if ever he diba? Okay? So get the drift, guys. Diba? It all depends on you. It all depends on us. So first thing that you have to do is start. Okay? So that's my if you want your full forecast to happen. So I hope that this for 2022 forecast makes sense for you guys, right? No fortune teller or feng shui can tell accurately or specifically how our lives will turn out. Okay? We can do that, diba? They can only read in generalities, diba? The actions lie with us. So tough luck. Yun. That's the truth. Diba? Bitter pill to swallow. We have to work at it. But we have to flex and move. That's how we get to our 2022 forecast. So you guys can even do that, right? So ako ba, ano bang forecast ko? You know what? Just this morning when I woke up, or I think this afternoon when I took a nap, I couldn't sleep, right? I couldn't sleep. I tried to take a nap for an hour, and finally, I decided to just use my thoughts because it's grinding anyway. So I said, okay, what will be my focus for 2020? And this is my forecast. My number one priority is financial wealthness. Okay? Because that's got something to do with the not so good news that we received about 2 weeks ago. Okay? It's related to mula funds. So that's my concentration, and of course, to equally continue with my health. I already kick-started it this 2021, and this time the result that I want, I'm gonna work on that. The habit is already there. So wealth and health, Family-wise, it's a given. Diba? Pag ginugol nyo pa yung family or pino-forecast your family will have that you will spend more time. Nako, guys, bakit? Given yan. You shouldn't even be put, the effort there should be natural, should come naturally. The energy, the time investment should come naturally. Okay? So yung mga may hirap na gawin is health and wealth. Spirituality, given din yan. We shouldn't be, tawag dito, we should be praying, spending time with God, conversing, mass, and all that. Whatever it is that rituals that you do, diba, in order to stay connected with the powers that make all things certain, given yan. So ako yun ang aking forecast. But the end of the year, dapat super mayaman na ako. And the only way to do that is for me to flex and move my there. Okay? And health-wise, same thing. Okay? So anyway, I hope that by forecast ko rin sa health ko, I will healthily lose 30 pounds within the first year. Yun na yung focus ko. Hindi na yung habit. Okay? So you guys, flex and move. You want your forecast to happen for 2022, diba? Flex and move. Okay? So, now speaking of 2021, ano ba yung mga favorite things ko that I want to share with you? So, you guys can also do your things. What was your favorite thing? What were your favorite things in 2021? Ako, number one is, of course, the self-healing. Because, during the last quarter of the year, I really had this bad back. And it had been brewing since the start of half of the year, and I thought it was our bed, and we also got a bed na pala. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. So anyway, and I participated, right? And I participated, meaning I took out the time, diba, and effort and put energy in order to do self-healing, so my back pain can so that I can ease my back pain, because it's why did I do that? Because it's worrisome, diba? If you see the symptoms that I had, we never know what directions they are coming from, or what directions they can go to. So the first thing that I had to do was make sure first that those symptoms are not worrisome symptoms. So I did my self healing, and you know what, guys, I am so fine. Right? So I'm going back in my self-healing starting tomorrow, because I'm not yet done. But that's one of my favorite things in 2021. It validated something in me in terms of knowledge, diba? In terms of skills, in terms of gifts. I'm really, really very proud of that. Another one, of course, my favorite things in 2021, of course, is Bali, Indonesia. This is the first trip that we have qualified for in our company. I used to just ignore all the travel incentive, because I feel that we could always go anyway once we have the dough. But you know what? It's different when you succeed, because it's part of the challenges that you can choose or opt in, diba, in your business. So this one really makes me proud. It showed me that I can make a decision and stick to it until the end, diba? No matter how hard the decision is. And this time, it's Korea for 2023, and that's what we're going to be working on. So if you guys want to join us, right, just get into the business with us and work hand in hand with us. So, ayan, Korea naman. And of course, my favorite also is my workout. At the beginning of the year of 2021, I said that I was going to go to the gym. And you know what? Because I knew the Sexy in 7 Days principle, behavior, and all that, I was able to really get into a regular schedule of my workout. And again, that validated again my gifts and my talents, and I really love it. And of course, my intermittent fasting, I finally got to start it, and I was able to the first thing that I had to do was develop the habit there, right? Or and understand my own pattern, or stick to a certain discipline. And I got it. So this time I'm now going to the next level. I'm after the results already, not just the how-tos or the ins and outs of it. So I'm really very excited this 2022. And of course, my habit clincher. You know what, guys? I'm a student of life, right? And behavior, right? So and one of the things that the gift of 2021 for me was the at Atomic Habits, which we the book that we picked up in our book reading. And there the book itself talked about the many different tools, but there was just an idea that was not in the book that that became my insight. And you know what? It really, really, really put a period in my scheduling conundrum, diba? Because I don't like being lazy, right? And I get lazy when I get discouraged, diba? And when I get lazy because I get discouraged, things pile up, and then it really weighs me down, and then I keep starting over and over again. But you know what? This time I had a lot of, because of that idea I got, I that idea that was in a personal insight that I got from that book. I got the habits that I developed. I now wake up sometimes 5:30 in the morning. At 6 a.m. I used to wake up at 8 or 7. Then I get to wake up at 7. I get to work out in the schedule that I want. What else? I get to finish many more things now, and my goal now is to be able to work for 16 straight hours a day, right? And I got to also balance. I got to also balance my home life, right? And prioritize what is more important for what is more important for my family. And as I've said, it's always financial wellness, because everything is a given as far as other life aspects are concerned. So those are my favorite things in 2021 that I found: self-healing, the Bali Indonesia, the workout, the intermittent fasting, and the habit clincher, diba? The one that really established my habit firmly on the ground there. So anyway, it's 7:41. This is my special shout out. I said I was gonna have two, right? But this one, okay, before we go into our convo, it's 7:41 already. I'm just gonna make this really quick. So this special shout out is for my friend Bing Singh, who is fighting for her life. Okay, so I love the reason why I love doing this shout out is because in radio, unlike YouTube channel, in radio there's it's a transmission, diba? That frequency thing, that megahertz thing, and and everything that we say here on air, whether it's television or radio, gets it travels to the farthest corners of the universe. And so every time the universe expands, it's just there. And I like leaving messages there, diba? I like leaving messages there so that whoever, my loved ones who have passed on, it's like me sending messages that can come the closest to the heavens. Okay, so my friend Bing is fighting for her life, and this here's my message, Bing, diba? This message stays and travels out there in the universe. So whether now or later, life or after, our love will remain etched in the universe forever. Our love for you. So this is a message that comes close to the heavens, and anytime you want to find it, it is here. Know that our time before you moved to the US is forever treasured. So we wish we had the power to heal you completely so you can have more celebrations and life with your fam, Raj, Jazz, Rajan, Tam, and the rest of your loved ones. So I heard you are fighting for your life. Kudos to you, Bing. Right? This is the toughest challenge, and I really hope that you succeed. Diba? You succeed in beating cancer, right? So we are in pain because we feel helpless against your health. So may our love and our genuine intentions instead heal you back to life. We love you, and we love you, Bing, and our hearts are with you every time and every day. So I'm glad that you are here, still fighting on. So to the power that makes all things certain, thank you I just want to pray for being my friend. So thank you that you will give her life and her health back 100%. Amen. Okay. So anyway, okay, we have the last 15 minutes. So let's proceed to the conversation. So this one, I call it Rituals of the New Year. Okay? So it's the time of the year again, and where not only is it the first of the year, but a day and a week of first. Everything that you're going to be doing starting midnight last night is all a first for 2022. Okay? So I think last year we started this, we started talking about the first of the first things, first of the first things, actions, memories, experience that we must carve and do at the first hour, or at the beginning of the year, or on the first week, or on the first month of the year. Okay, I think it's very important that we set the tone for how we want our 2022 to go. Diba? We can't just let life happen, because it does, especially if we are not doing anything about the things that we want to happen in our lives, but especially if we are not willing to change, life will always happen. Life will instead happen all the time. So we can't just let life do that to us. Okay, we have to take our lives into our hands. And as I said, contrary to what my fave Steve Jobs said, that you can't connect the dots looking forward, and he said you can only connect it looking backwards. True, but in the way of happiness, in the principles of happiness, you can actually start connecting the dots by making the right decisions and the right choices. Healthy decisions and healthy choices. Okay, so that means making healthy actions, intentional, meaningful, diba? So that you can produce meaningful experiences and also memories. Okay, so I'm sure that we want um, to make all these choices, right, and decisions that will help our life, that will help us have a life that we desire, diba? That better life that we desire, than the kind of life that we just let loose. Okay, because you know what? If you let your life loose, diba, look at the consequences in your life, especially if you have no money, that's one sign. Especially if you're stressed, that's one sign. Okay, that's one symptom. That's why you can't just let life happen to us. Okay, so how do we set the tone for 2022? So here are the key actions that you must take and remember, so that you can always do this. Okay, so first, of course, the gratitude action. Be intentional. Everything you do, diba, for Christmas and New Year isn't just about celebrating it, or isn't just about putting food on the table. Every step, or choice, or decision, or plan we take on, right, must be an expression of that gratitude. So what happens ba during Christmas and New Year, diba, we prepare, right, a feast, we come together, right? So don't just do it because it's just a routine, diba? Put your heart and mind and soul into it. Okay. So as I said, every step, or choice, or decision, or plan we take must be an expression of that gratitude. So from simbang gabi, if you're a Catholic, or a Christian celebrating Advent, or other religion, just looking forward to the end of the year. Fact is, it is the end of the year, and we are here, and we made it. So that's something that we can be grateful for, and that we can ritualize every step till December, or till the last day of the year, diba? A gratitude ritual to meet the end of the year, and to open the new year. So there are, diba? So whether it's been good or bad, right? There are miracles, both bold and invisible, that we can express thank you for. So do that, diba? In my case, guys, I make sure that planning the meals for my family, right, for the holidays are special. It's my way of ending the year and saying thank you, diba? It isn't the choice of food alone, diba? But the way it will be presented, diba? It's like really an expression of create the highest creativity, for the highest happiness, for the highest gratitude. So it's about even the time, 'di ba, how you setting it on time, 'di ba, meeting midnight, 'di ba, to celebrate as a family, celebrate the birth of our Lord, that is also a ritual, 'di ba? A gratitude ritual. 'Di ba? The eve is an expression of anticipation of a culminating gratitude event, kumbaga. Okay, so the eve is both an expression of expression of the anticipation of the culmination, yung pagtatapos ng gratitude event for the whole year. So every part of the action is a work towards intentions of all that is loving and grateful, and all that is a parang intentional setup for the coming year. So don't just treat the last few hours or the last few days of the year as a busy year. Even when we took the food orders, it was done in a way that will not hamper the way we will the way we I would we can the way that we the way that we wanted to express gratitude actions, 'di ba? So that in itself, 'di ba, that it went like symphony, the orders, everything, the busyness, that it was like a symphony of thank you, was all part of the whole process of that gratitude action, 'di ba? For the end of the year and for Christmas. Second, cleansing. The end of the year is also about clearing out and purging all the unwanted energies and clutters in our lives, in our homes, in our hearts. So beginning from you to the household, diba? Best effort. If you're a one woman and one man show, diba? Choose the most top 10 important things that you want to be able to do for the day, or top 50 things you want to be able to do for the last month of the year, diba? And focus on that. So I had to, on top of the orders and coordinating everything in the purchasing, I also had to do general cleaning. I also had to prepare beautiful meals for us, both for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and also New Year's Eve. So I did this all in the last 2 weeks of the year. That's why I didn't have any social life, kasi ang focus ko lang talaga was like to make everything good, not just for our experience, but as a celebration of life and gratitude, diba? So even, diba, even when we were so busy, ito important dito, diba? We get so busy, especially in the Christmas Day, as Christmas Day nears, and New Year's Day comes, diba? That we forget ourselves. Pati yung pagligo, guys, kasama yon. So don't meet our Maker, diba? Don't meet the New Year, amoy bahay ka or amoy kusina. Kasama yon, the self-care, diba? The balance is all part of that cleansing and that purging, okay? We are all connected. Everything that we do is connected to this earth. So how we present ourselves is also a statement of gratitude to our Maker. So itong purging na to, itong cleansing na to, 'di ba? Yung paglinis ng lahat is part also of sending. It's like sending a message to God or to the universe that we are taking out all the bad energies and entering into a clean to a new zone, diba? Of a new zone of clean slate and good energies, or diba? So we all want that. So cleansing is part of that also. So there. Then the third, of course, do first the things that you want to be, do, and have for the 2022. So plan actions in our schedule that prioritize the intentions we want to happen. So for example, for a homemaker like me, it's so easy and natural for me that when I get up, I really want to clean up the house or do the things before I get into my business, right? Or business or my ritual. But those are the things that will not bring me to my awesome be do have, kumbaga. So what I do is first things that I have to do first, diba? And the last, especially in the last, as the year end nears and as the new year opens, is to keep starting first with all those awesome be do have actions in my schedule before the little things. That's why now, diba, even when I'm so tempted to do the dishes first thing in the morning, because first thing in the morning, I now know that how to break them down into finer schedules, so that I don't have so that I can still work on them, but put more priorities in my awesome be do have. So do that thing also, especially as the year ends. Kailangan all the more that your priorities are more pronounced. Their actions your actions are more pronounced towards the priorities that you want to happen for your be do have. Okay. I also ano pa ba, so in my example ko, even ako ang priorities ko is financial wellness, 'di ba? So that ritual of putting money in the pockets, 'di ba? Nilagay ko din 'yun doon. So everything, it's a statement. Grabe, final words na 7:55. Okay? So again, do the first things that you want for your be do have for 2022. That's the priority, especially as the year ends and when the year opens. Okay? So ako, lahat ng ginagawa ko ngayon, wala pa akong ginagawa na hindi na out of the priority. Everything that I am doing now, that I whenever I schedule, are the be to have that I want, kasi it's an expression. Plus it sets the tone nga, 'di ba? And last, of course, healing and resolution. I can only mention 4 here, but there are still others, and 'di ba? And I'll probably take it up for the rest of the year, but right now ito yung first 4 that are important. Of course, healing and resolution. Part also of the important year ender and year opener is healing time and stepping into the momentum of your resolutions or your goals. Okay? You have to set aside healing time, even if it's just 20-15 minutes a day. Diba? For me, this is the most basic, guys, and the most urgent, because the only thing that stands between life and death, life and stress, life and happiness, life and fulfillment is your health. So if your health is bad, diba, forget being happy, forget being alive, forget being stress-free. Okay? So we have to make ourselves new again by setting personal healing time. So equally important, of course, guys, isasabay nyo to, because with healing comes your resolutions, diba? Because these are the ones that will now take you to your goals, diba? So you also have to make that part of your schedule. So part of your schedule, and again, must also be the priority in your scheduling. Okay? Everything, guys, is about time and task management, and every contention in your time and task management is all about IQ. So you just have to keep on polishing and polishing, diba? If this time management doesn't work, look for another one. But the point is, guys, your resolutions must, aside from your healing time, must take center stage, diba? In the first hours, in the last hours of the year, and the first hours of the new year, in the first week or the first month. Okay, remember, we are setting the tone. All right? So it's your turn, guys. If your year end and opener were run by life, diba? It was right, life happened. It's okay. It isn't too late to rewrite how you would want your 2022 to go. It is, after all, just the first day of the year. So don't just let life happen. Take charge. Okay? So pretty much that's how you can ritualize your new year. Heal, cleanse, do the first things first, for your be do have, and healing and resolution / goals. All right. So it's alam mo, when I didn't even realize it, diba? When I was already when I was when I would review the things that I was able to check out for the last 2 days, the last 3 days, and I'm really very it's very humbling, diba? To know and feel that everything that I have done is towards all the things that I want to happen for me and my family. So wala pa akong wasted time. And the great thing about it is it gets doing this, diba, gets better. You become better at how we become better and better at how we ritualize and how we habituate the awesome do have that we want to happen in our lives. So kayo guys, 'di ba? I'm sure your life is very important to you. Your family's life is very important for you guys. So I suggest, 'di ba, itong rituals of the new year. Take the time. It's as I said, it's only January 1. You don't literally have to start midnight last night. 'Di ba? You can do it for the first week. 'Di ba? I suggest get on with it the first week because you're not yet skilled to finish it or to carry it out throughout the month. Basta just choose lang what you would want to ritualize and what you would as your priority, so that your 2022 is so that you set in motion the kind of 2022 that you want for yourself. Okay, so anyway, this is DJ Chin, and again, I'm greeting you all a happy new year. Okay, and more. And I really wish you all the kind of happy new year in all its awesome forms as you wish. Basta healthy, legal, moral, and ethical. So I'm gonna see you guys again next Saturday. In the meantime, good night and happy new year. Thank you.
The views and comments